Good evening, everyone. Tina Spalding Trance Channel here today for our evening session of day 30 of 40 days and 40 nights with Jesus. Yes, it is exhausting in case you're wondering, but I've made it 3/4 of the way through, so I'm sure we'll get there. Let's see what he has to say to us tonight. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. When you think of transformation, you often think of massive changes, obvious changes, dramatic shifts. The transformation that we are intending with these lessons is small incremental shifts that you can incorporate into your day every day. These lessons that we are giving about sitting in your bed in the evening and writing in your journal and not having your phone and contemplating aspects of your life that perhaps are not appropriate for you anymore or need some tweaking. We want you to continue on with these ideas and these practices. When you have a daily practice, it changes massive things over time. The ego is not interested in this. It wants quick fixes that it doesn't have to repeat. It doesn't want to have to do sit-ups every day. It wants to take a diet pill that's going to flush the fat out of you. You notice these things. These are products and services that are always there. Take this, begin this, and everything will change. And usually they are related to the body. Many of you think that if only you could get your body right, then everything else would go well. The opposite is true. You need to get your mind right. Your mind is creating your body. Your mind is creating your financial situation. Your mind is creating your relationships. Your mind is creating everything that you encounter on a daily basis. But because of the seduction of form, you keep looking at the forms thinking the forms are the cause, when in fact the forms are the effect. Your mind is the cause, your desires are the cause, your focus is the cause, your intention is the cause. So if you want to change something that you are experiencing that you don't like, make tiny shifts that you can maintain. Make small shifts in your diet, for example. We have always counseled that you should be looking at a diet that somebody was eating, say, 200 years ago and try to emulate that. First of all, that means everything was organic because there was not the chemical industrial pollution that is sprayed on your foods now. It would have meant that food was local. You weren't getting papayas from Mexico up in Canada. You were getting locally grown, fresh, seasonal foods. So when you're concerned about your diet and what to eat, go back 200 years and ask yourself, what would we have been eating here and how would it have been raised? It would have been raised in local farms. Perhaps you would have traded your potatoes for carrots. It would have been lovingly raised. It wouldn't have been raised in a mass industrialized animal farm, for example. There would have been a couple of cows or ranch cattle that would have been free roaming the landscape. All of these ideas are very, very simple if you use your intelligence. There are always quick fixes, always programs to fool you into changing. What we want you to know is that if you drink a glass of water every morning for the rest of your life, you will have great health effects. And when we say a glass of water, we mean clean, clear spring water, not tap water. So always go back 200 years and ask yourself, what would have been happening with the water back 200 years ago? Well, they may have been collecting rainwater. They may have had a well. They may have had a clear flowing stream from the mountains. They certainly wouldn't have had fluoride soaked water. So when you are thinking of changing things, do it in tiny little baby steps that you know that you can manage. So when you are thinking about transformation, let us rein it in from huge transformation. Let us bring it back to the tiny baby steps. Drink a big glass of fresh spring water every morning when you get up. Walk a mile every single day. Do these sorts of things and you will find that health will return to you. Turn off your televisions. Read a good book. Talk to your friends. Plant a garden. These seem inconsequential, but as the world shifts and changes through these coming years, the simpler pleasures are going to be becoming much more important to you. And the development of your own self-reliance is going to become more and more important to you. So look at where you are dependent on systems and begin to ask yourself, how can we shift and change from those systems to new systems? For example, instead of buying your food at your local supermarket, imported from Mexico or wherever it is imported from, source out local farmers and ask them what fruits and vegetables they have. Do they have canned preserves? Did they put their strawberries up, make strawberry jam? Purchase local products, encouraging those people to plant more next year. If they don't sell all their stuff this year, they're not going to plant next year. Tell them that you'd be really interested in signing up for some kind of program where you purchase regularly from them, and you'd be happy to sign up in the spring when the greens start coming in, that you will sign up and happily pay them for their products. Begin to invest in that which is close to home. Begin to invest in that which is simple. Begin to invest in that which is free. Going for a walk is free. Going for a walk to the park, sitting by the ducks and feeding them some healthy snack is free. Begin to focus on that which is free. There is such abundance in your planet. Such abundance. Air, water, wind, sun, trees, birds, animals, grass. You can put a seed in the ground and it will grow. We need you to begin to think about focusing on these simple pleasures, simple acts of self-reliance and self-development. As you go to sleep tonight, reflect on your life and ask yourself, where are you very, very dependent on certain things? It is not to instill fear in you. It is to bring into your conscious mind the awareness of what you are doing. You are supporting systems that can be detrimental to other people on the planet. You can be supporting systems that are precarious and could end at any moment. Begin to ask yourself, where are you taking some risks and how can you mitigate those risks? And as far as your health goes, simply go back 200 years and envision a farm, a homestead, a garden before the Industrial Revolution, and ask yourself, how would these people have been living? How would they have grown their food? How would they have prepared their food? They would not be eating takeout orders. They would not be buying frozen pre-made meals in boxes. These are some of the ways that you can shift and change that are completely doable, completely affordable, and more natural. We are guiding you back towards being a more natural human being. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Well, if I had to feed myself with my garden this year, I would be very thin. I think I got about 3 meals worth of food and a few snacks. So next year, a bigger garden is going in. I'm preparing it now. So I encourage all of you to do that in whatever spaces you have. It's been a lot of fun this summer working in the garden, and I think it's good for all of us to think about doing that. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.